A tense struggle was always likely at Highfield Road between two teams deeply entrenched in the relegation zone, and so it proved on Coventry's far from perfect pitch. Rangers were closest to a first-half goal, Kevin Gallant hitting the bar after David Rennie's error of judgment had let him in. Coventry had their moments too. At the other end, Ian Holloway was the sentry on the line to clear away from Dion Dublin. Neither side could really afford to only draw, and both were chasing hard for a win. For Rangers, the unlucky Gallant was thwarted again by the frame of the goal. He also later had an effort ruled out for offside. With just 9 minutes to go, the goal that settled this nervy encounter finally arrived. Gordon Strachan's cross found Dublin, and Ian Jess, on as a substitute, claimed his first goal for Coventry since his February move from Aberdeen. A foolish act from Andrew Impey then left Rangers with 10 men. His lashing out at Marcus Hall gave referee Keith Cooper little option but to send him off. Coventry have secured safety on the last day in 8 of their 29 seasons in the top flight. They may still face a similar showdown again this time, but for Rangers, the fight may already be over. This was the match Manchester City will have marked down as one they simply had to win in their fight to avoid relegation. They struggled, though, until on 65 minutes, substitute Niall Quinn supplied the chance for Uwe Rosler to collect his 12th goal of the season. City ahead, but within a minute, Wednesday had a great chance to equalise. But Mark Pembridge chose to go it alone rather than service David Hurst alongside him. Pembridge was immediately substituted. City held on for the win and should have sealed it with a second goal. Another substitute, Martin Phillips, wasted a golden opportunity laid on by the skill of Georgi Kinkladze. A priceless win, though, for Manchester City. Although Bolton had much of the play at Upton Park, West Ham were constantly the more dangerous side. And were ahead just before the half hour. Tony Cottee reacting eagerly to Danny Williamson's through pass to score his 9th of the season. A scare then for West Ham from an unexpected source with just under 20 minutes left. Ian Bishop attempting to clear a corner, headed against his own post. It was a disappointing day for Bolton, whose survival prospects now are decidedly slim. They so nearly snatched a draw, though, right at the end. Frustration for both John McGinley and later Sasa Churchic. Somehow West Ham survived to win by the only goal of the game. Another win would confirm Wimbledon's Premier League place for next season, and while they weren't at their best at the Riverside Stadium, they maintained their recent run of fine results at Middlesbrough's expense. Wimbledon in front on 12 minutes through Robbie Earle's 14th of the campaign. Borough fought back and were level just before the break. A moment for Curtis Fleming to savour. This was his first goal for Borough on his 151st appearance for the club. Only one winner, though, in the second half as Wimbledon regained the initiative. Earle setting up the decisive second goal for Efan Ikoku. Brian Robson wasn't too pleased with Borough's showing. Frankly, he said the way we played bored me. Not too happy with the result either. Wimbledon winners by 2-1. This was to turn into an afternoon that Mark Hughes will treasure. The former Manchester United striker first gave Chelsea the lead on 19 minutes, a smart volley that deceived John Lukic in the Leeds goal. Within a minute it was 2. Spencer, the scorer this time. Chelsea were impressively putting behind them a run of only 1 win in 9 games. Lukic seemed upset by conceding those 2 goals, and he was beaten again 10 minutes from half-time. Hughes with his second. Once again, Spencer was the creator. Hughes' treble chance came after only 3 minutes of the second period. Spencer sent tumbling by fullback Gary Kelly for a Chelsea penalty. Hughes converted the kick despite a valiant attempt to save it from Lukic. It's the Welshman's first hat-trick for Chelsea. His team might have inflicted further damage too, but it was Leeds who managed a consolation goal midway through the half. An excellent one too, scored by captain Gary McAllister. Chelsea's day though, winners by 4 goals to 1 as the misery deepens at Leeds. Forest normally so strong at the City Ground, Blackburn so often vulnerable away. A home banker, surely you would think. Not a bit of it. Forest failed to build on a promising start and succumbed to some lethal counter-attacking. Rovers ahead through Alan Shearer on 27 minutes. Worse was soon to follow for Forest. Billy McKinley, brought in to replace the suspended Gary Flitcroft, scored a second for the champions from a Jason Wilcox pass. But Forest was soon threatening a comeback. Ian Wone started and ended the goal that looked to have brought them back into contention. But Rovers, who'd beaten Forest 7-0 at Ewood Park back in November, soon restored their 2-goal cushion. An accurate cross from Shearer, headed in by Wilcox. The game then veered beyond Forest's reach with another Rovers goal on 68. Wilcox with his second of the match after Shearer unselfishly dummied the cross from Graham Fenton, on again as a substitute. Forest fans were already streaming away when their team wilted again 7 minutes from time as Fenton completed a personal memorable week with his third in 2 games. A can't finish too after Shearer had headed on. Forest 1, Blackburn Rovers 5. Blackburn's was the weekend's biggest win, of course. The most surprising surely was at the Dell. Southampton's shock dismissal of Manchester United. That was the spur for Newcastle to revive their challenge. At the other end, crucial wins for Coventry and Manchester City. It all means that the futures of Bolton and QPR are left hanging by a thread at the foot of the table. They're favourites to go down. Coventry, Manchester City and Southampton are all battling still to avoid a similar fate. It's as you were then in the absorbing championship struggle. Manchester United have a 3-point lead over Newcastle, who still have a game in hand. Alex Ferguson's team with a better goal difference. Liverpool, whose next fixture is Tuesday's Merseyside derby, are surely out of it now. But as the finale approaches, who knows what final twists and turns still await us. If Manchester United are to collect the championship trophy between now and the end of the season, I doubt they'll be wearing grey at the time. It's hardly been a lucky strip for them, as underlined at Aston Villa on the opening day, and then at Highbury in November, and Anfield too against Liverpool. As for the Dell on Saturday, well, United was so much off colour against Southampton that grey turned to blue for the second half. Blaming the choice of colours might be a novel excuse for losing. I think somehow, though, we've seen the last of that particular strip.